All right, guys. What is going on? What's going on? Welcome to Sunday Night Charts. Sunday Night Charts with Jim of All Trades. Something we've been doing for a lot of years, guys. And hey, check it out. Are you going to be the 10,000th subscriber? I am one subscriber away. One. I actually hit the 10,000 mark earlier today. And then some bot probably got unsubscribed to the channel. So, yeah. Make sure you're subscribed. Who's going to be the 10,000th subscriber? How's it going, guys? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys benefited from the video yesterday and the way the market's moving today. It's lots of shenanigans. And what's going to happen? Is Bitcoin going to dump or pump, and how do we trade it? So I want to talk about that with you guys, just help you out, just the way you think about the market. We don't ever know what the market's going to do. We have inclinations for where the market might go. We have wave structures that we use and put together to get some kind of an edge on the market where we think the market's going with some degree of probability. But at the end of the day, how do you think about trading it? So we'll look at Bitcoin today. We'll talk about where it could go and what will the chart look like if it goes one way or the other. What can we expect? And then hopefully we set you up, guys, to succeed in the next big move, because Bitcoin is setting up for a big move. All right, guys. Welcome. And good to see all of you guys. Let's see. What a lovely day. How are you? I'm fine. Doing fine. A little sleepy. I hope I make it through the live. If I fall asleep, just yell at me or something. We'll see. Oh, man, K-Man, what's up, buddy? Good to see you. Luke Devos, is the bull run back on? It could be. Might have finished a correction. I'll talk about how to know and what the market could do. It might not. It might tank and make a lower low to 30K. We don't know. So, anyway, we'll look at that. Hey, JP DeSimone, what's up, man? Good to see you, man. How are you? Chill Money and Ernest of Gay. You've been here for a while waiting. It's good to see you. Good to see you as well. What's up, Ronan? All right, guys. Well, I'm going to now, let's talk about where we're going tonight. We're going to look at Bitcoin. We're going to look heavily at the chart. And we are at a key location, making a key structure that I'm seeing. And what I want to do is show you what I'm expecting in the market, and then what we'll do is I'll show you the different options from wave structure standpoint. We'll try to exhaust our analysis of Bitcoin. We'll then work into an analysis of the rest of the market by correlation, because by using correlation, guys. What we do is we look over the different charts and we see how those wave structures are actually building towards something together in the similar direction. And one chart may become clearer than another chart, and so we'll look at correlation, okay? And then finally, we will. I'll take a couple of requests at the end if I have time, okay? Or if I have energy. I'm kind of feeling though, guys. I'm not going to have a whole lot of energy for requests tonight. All right, guys, here we go. Don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just a guy on YouTube. I'm a guy in my sunroom, and I'm remodeling my house. So I got trash everywhere behind me that I'm covering up by the screen. It's usually pretty clean. But I'm just a guy. I'm just a dude. I love Elliott Wave theory. I'm an Elliott Wave trader. I trade on the Forex as well. And, I'm just here to help you understand the market from that Elliott Wave perspective. So, we're going to help you see wave structure and the importance of analyzing wave structure, because a lot of guys just don't understand that. So, all right. Well, with all that, there's 53 of you here with 20 likes, but that's all right. I'd love to see 53 likes right now. Let's see them. Hit that like button for me. Let YouTube know you like what you're seeing so other people will get recommended to come watch the channel. Let's see. Do we have we gotten the 10,000 subscriber yet? Let's see. Here it is. Da-da-da-da-da. No. Chemo unsubbed. You dirty dog. You really did. Dirty dog. Actually, you can't actually be in the chat if you're not a subscriber. So there's that. All right, Sean's got a question. How do you try to distinguish the difference between reaccumulation versus distribution over the past 2 days? Well, I tell you what I'll do for you. That's more of a what do you call it? Excuse me. That's more of a Wyckoff, and Chemo's a pretty good student of Wyckoff. However, I'll answer that from an Elliott wave perspective. Okay. All right. With that said, let's jump into the charts. Let's jump in. Good to see y'all. I'm going to go ahead and ignore you guys. Look at the likes, man. They just popped. They just popped right up. There's 45 of them now. So that's pretty awesome. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Appreciate that. There you go. All right. Let's zoom out and see what we're looking at. I would say this is the distribution, as much as they're kind of pumping price up and then sell it off immediately. Once it pumps, they sell off immediately. It looks more of a distribution zone right now. But it's a fourth wave, guys. It's a fourth wave finishing up. We need a fifth wave to finish. And we may have a 1-2 on our hands. It may start pumping here tonight even more than it has already. I was not expecting this big retrace that we just got. I'm hoping the market takes it all back and continues back up to 43K or higher. So anyway, L-Man came in. I sometimes will pull a volume, a VPR on there, sometimes, but not a whole lot. Not a whole lot. Okay, I'll tell you, I'm a wave structure trader, guys. I trade wave structures because they tell me everything. For me, they tell me everything. So, all right, here we go. We're gonna get started here. I'm gonna start with the analysis. Where to begin? Okay, I'm gonna take this off. Just remove all the drawings. Go out to the 12-hour chart. We're gonna start out here. Okay, here we go. So what we're looking at overall in the major count, this structure that you're seeing on the chart, what some people would call a double top, is really what I would call an ABC flat. Okay, it's a flat. That I believe that we are due for a fifth wave to the downside. That we have a flat has the demarcation of ABC. Okay, and the wave count for each of those is a 3, 3, 3. So you ought to be able to see A, B, C, a 3 wave there, a 3 wave there, and then a 5 wave. Did I say 3, 3, 3 or 3, 3, 5? If I didn't say 3, 3, 5, I was wrong. If I said 3, 3, 3, don't know what I said. But a flat is a 3, 3, 5. I might have said it right. I just my brain is not functioning right now. It needs to, but it needs to be a 3, 3, and a 5. So we're looking for 5 waves, and I'm looking for the fifth wave. Probably speaking, what we just got, guys, what we just got is the fifth wave of the fourth wave. The fifth wave of the C of the fourth wave. Okay, this is wave 4. Okay, and the pump that we just got was 5 waves in C. All right, of the ABC. All right. So that's the way I'm looking at that. Looking at this wave here in 5 waves. I love the line chart, guys. It really simplifies things, kind of makes it simple to see. Okay, let's check it out here. We're going to look at this as a 1, 2, okay? We're going to come down here, see this is 3, 4. All right, now we're looking at this as wave 5. All right, now that's a possibility of a count. Another possibility is I could actually bring my wave 3 down here, okay, and make this my wave 4. That's something I've been considering as of late. I don't know what's better or not, but that could be a wave 4. Either way, guys, either way, they would imply the same thing, that this is a wave 4 of some degree, in some likelihood that this could be a possible wave 4 that of some degree, whether it's the wave 4 of the entire structure or wave 4 of the wave of the 5 wave move to the downside. Okay, so I can put 3 up here with 4 here, and then call this what we call an extended 5th wave. I'd have no problem with that count there. Or I could put this as the wave 4 of the entire move. Either way, I tend a little bit more to the extended 5th wave, and this is wave 4 of a 5 wave move to the downside. Now, couple reasons why I'm a bit bearish and not bullish right now. A couple reasons why I'm more bearish, and I believe more of a dump down to 30K is coming than I believe a pump from here is coming. Okay, so that's the title, dump or pump. What's it coming? There's a reason why I'm a little bit more bearish. However, I am bullish tonight. I want to see some more wave action to the upside tonight. 43K is on the target, but wave structure of Ethereum, wave structure of XRP, both are pointing to the upside a bit higher. And I think it's going to take a little time for them to move up. That means Bitcoin's going to have to be moving in that direction as well. So I'm seeing a little bit more upside tonight before we get a downward move potentially. So, but that being said, here. Let me lay out why I tend to be a little bit more bearish. But I'm cautious because I realize that we could have already bottomed out, and this could be the beginning of a reversal wave. And by the end of the analysis, here's what you're going to get, and here's what you need to really hang on for, is I'm going to let you know what to look for on the chart. I'm going to let you know exactly what things to be watching for so you can identify whether this is a reversal that's now going to the upside with upward momentum, or if this is just simply a wave 4 that's going to turn around tonight, tomorrow, and go on down for a 5th wave and take everybody out. All this little bullishness that we got, everybody's going to get taken out with this dump tomorrow or the next day. So hang around long enough to get that, because that's going to be the more important piece. But I want to teach along the way. That's the whole purpose of my channel. That's the purpose of my Discord, just teaching and protecting people, helping people make good decisions with their money, but helping you to make your own decisions, okay? All right, so the first thing is that this wave right now is very much 3-wave-ish, okay? It's very much 3-wave-ish. It has not moved into the territory of what I would say, hey, we're a confident impulse looking wave right yet. Okay, we actually have a very, very nice delineation of a 5-3-5 working in this particular wave. That's point number 1. That says, hey, this is looking 3-wave-ish. It measures like a 3-wave. It looks like a 3-wave. It's in the position of a 3-wave. And when I go through all the charts, they're all looking the same. They all kind of have a 3-wave aspect. That means when I say it's 3 waves, that means it's a corrective wave. It's not an impulse, even though there's an impulse in it. You just experienced an impulse wave. It's not an impulse wave that's going to continue moving Bitcoin price to the upside. It's a corrective wave. It's a final impulse of a correction. It's the final hurrah of the buyers in this corrective wave that will be now inundated. The sellers will come in and say, hey, thank you for raising price for us so we can now sell at higher prices. Okay, and the sellers are about to come back in and take advantage of the pump that we just got. Okay, that's point number 1 and 2 there. All right. Point number 3, or I don't know how to count them. The next point I would say is that on the chart, on the 8-hour chart, what you're seeing right now is very, very strong, what we call hidden bearish divergence. That's continuation divergence. That's divergence that's bearish, that's saying this trend wants to continue to the downside. That at the very least, guys, this divergence is pointing to at least a 3-wave pullback that could be part of a very bullish structure, but there is a pullback coming that might be substantial. Minimum of 3 waves, creating maybe what we call a 1-2-1-2 structure, which I'll show you in just a moment. But more likely a lower low to be made in price. We still haven't hit the real bottom, which is down here at this range. This range right here, this 30K range, is so stinking significant. It's unreal. It's critically significant. Okay, it is an area we should expect to bounce. However, we have bounced prior to that area. And often we get fake bounces just before we reach a key zone, and it gets everybody kind of reversing early. It gets them early into the wave, gets them hindsight, in questioning their target zones, and then all of a sudden, oh, maybe I'm wrong, and then they get in the position improperly, and then the market takes it where they thought it was going in the first place. And so that's another idea. This is hidden bearish divergence. Let me show you the hidden bear on the chart that's really critical to see. If you'll look at this peak right here and compare it to this peak right here, we have a very steep downward slope. Now, if I take the two same slopes or the two same peaks on the RSI, this is the 8-hour chart, you'll notice that there's the same peak as compared to this one, and here's the same peak as compared to this one, and you'll notice this is an upward slope. Or slightly, it's not straight across, it's actually slightly to the upward side. In other words, the RSI the RSI is nothing more than a momentum oscillator, okay? It's a function of time and price, okay? It measures relative strength of the current move of the market in relationship to whatever your settings are, generally speaking, the last 14 candles. Okay, and it's a moment, and it moves and it oscillates between overbought and oversold territories. Okay, and when it does that, as it reaches overbought, it's letting you know that the momentum is now slowing down. When it gets overbought, it's slowing down, and the sellers are going to begin to shift that momentum back to the downside. The height and the speed at which the RSI moves compared to price will determine whether we have bullish action or bearish action. In other words, we've taken a lot of time in the market here, and the buyers have not been able to move price an awful lot. We've had a bit of a pump here in the last day or so to kind of catch up a little bit. However, it's still bearish momentum right now. In other words, the sellers are losing their steam. The buyers are losing their steam. Sellers are about to come back in and say, watch what I can do with price. The momentum is about to shift back down to the downside, potentially. Okay? So with that said, this is hidden bearish divergence. You see it on the 8-hour chart, and that's very significant. The 12-hour chart, also very significant. What's interesting about the 12-hour chart is you actually have exaggerated bearish divergence almost at the very peak here. Actually, we do have bearish divergence. So at the very peak, right here, at the very top, okay, it's marked right here by this right there. It's called exaggerated bearish divergence. But look at that discrepancy. Look at that divergent line. Okay, that's a major discrepancy. It's letting you know that the buyers have not been able to even move price relative to the RSI in any way, shape, or form comparatively. That the bears are getting ready to come back in and show their strength. So the hidden bearish divergence is strong. Okay, somebody's asking for an ending diagonal here in this time frame. I see no ending diagonals. Okay. Now you may be talking about the small time frame, in that fourth wave. We'll talk about the micro analysis of this wave shortly once I get there. Okay. All right, so there's a couple of reasons why, just from the macro, looking at this chart, saying, "Hey, listen, I've got a lot of reasons to believe this is a wave 4 correction that's finishing up, rather than the beginning of something new." Now, am I still open-minded and going to be on guard for this possibly being something new? Absolutely. In other words, as a trader, I know nothing. I simply am looking at these different things and building a case, saying, listen, based on what I'm seeing, I think we need another wave down. We haven't really hit the support zone yet. We came almost to it and we bounced just prior to it. That's a normal, common technique of Bitcoin, that they'll bounce just before the support zone, and bounce in such a way that it get people FOMOing in, and then take that liquidity down to finalize their long positions, or whatnot, get them selling again or whatnot, so that they can buy down here at lower prices. Okay. Everything in this market can be manipulated. That's not a reason to study it. That's not a reason to dismiss studying it. And that's also not a reason to dismiss it at all. In fact, if you really, really study the RSI, you'll really, and that's really my strength. I'm an RSI trader. That's the only indicator I use. It's literally the only indicator that I personally use, and it's a strength of mine in understanding the RSI. I know when to listen to it and when not to listen to it a lot of times, or to be very careful at the signals I'm seeing on it. And especially when you put RSI divergences coupled with Elliott wave setups, and an Elliott wave counts, you really, really have a good sense for what's going on. So anyway, that would be my answer to you there, Amai. All right. With that said, that's just some line of reasoning why I'm not super bullish right now. This RSI is now moving into the overbought region in the 12-hour chart almost. On the 8-hour chart, it is a bit overbought with the hidden bearish divergence. Okay, the daily chart there, we have not seen in the C wave. Let's talk. This is the next line of argument here. In a 5-wave move. So this is a C wave. Guys, an Elliott wave, when you're expecting a C wave, you're expecting 5 waves. And in a wave like this, I would expect to see, now this is a very important point. I need you guys to listen to this. This is supremely important. That you generally see between the end of the 3rd wave and the 5th wave move, you're going to get regular, not hidden divergence, but regular divergence on the chart. In other words, when price comes down and makes a lower low, okay, as price comes down and makes a lower low, it's gonna have we're gonna draw a line, a downward slope between the peaks of price. Whereas the RSI is also going to come down. But what generally happens between the end of a 3rd wave and the end of a 5th wave is what and that's what I'm arguing here for. Okay. Whether this is the 3rd of the 5th wave or the overarching 3rd of this 5-wave move here, either way, I don't care. It doesn't really matter. It's the same thing. But the point is, I expect divergence, regular divergence, to be playing out between those two. And we don't have any divergence here at the bottom. So I'm expecting to see, with some certainty, divergence being created on the daily chart, and I do not have that yet. I do have a break of the structure, and that's something very, very important to pay attention to. That's actually a bullish sign. Okay, that's what's letting me know that this wave, guys, this wave is almost finished. And this is what I've been talking about for the last month or so, because we had a break of the structure down here. We actually had a break back here, but it was a false break. But now we've gotten oversold, and we have a break of that structure. The only thing I'm really missing on the daily here is another move to the downside with divergence, and that's going to make me super, super happy. Let me know that more than likely this move to the downside is finished, and we can now think about going up and making our next wave to the upside. Now, what's beautiful about this count, guys, is that if this is correct, this is likely a fourth wave of some kind. That means we're likely to go up and make higher highs from here. Doesn't mean it's going to go straight up there. It's going to go up in waves, right? But we're going to begin trending back to the upside, and it's likely to go up and break the high. 70K shouldn't be too out of reach. 80K might even be in reach. I don't know that 100K is demanded, but 100K is very likely for this to hit. Now, when's it going to hit? It could take a year. This wave could take a year to play out. It could go up parabolically for some reason that we cannot see in advance right now. It could be that crypto indeed is the next form of the monetary system, that the Fed and the central banks of the world are actually come out and make some announcements like, yeah, we're going to the digital assets here. Bitcoin is going to back become the backing mechanism for the U.S. dollar or whatever. And if an announcement is made like that over the coming months or weeks or into next year, that's gonna move the price of Bitcoin parabolic, and that's when you're gonna really see a big move to the upside. So I mean, something like that could come out and could play like that, right? We know that, but the point is that if this ABC flat is what it is, then we could have a very bullish scenario here, okay? From this, that this is an area that you want to be a buyer more than likely, provided that we see all the signals that we want to see down here, and we'll talk about that in just a moment. But we want to see the signals that we want to see. We want to see the kind of reversal that we expect to get. We want to see an impulse off the bottom with a pullback, okay? And then once that happens, then that's a fantastic buy zone to buy the next leg to the upside, okay? Bullish divergence on the weekly matters not, to be honest with you, because it could take weeks and weeks and weeks to play out. Okay, there might be some bullish divergence out there. I just choose not to look at it. It's not really helpful to us in any way, shape, or form right now until that divergence on the weekly is followed by a break in the wave structure of the RSI. So once you see a break in the wave structure of the RSI on the weekly, then that divergence becomes more important. But right now, that there is no break in the wave structure of the RSI. We are actually still trending to the downside. No, don't do that. Trending to the downside on the weekly, and there's no real divergence to speak of. There's some slight hidden bull, but nothing real, nothing to write home about. So I'd say no to that answer on the weekly. All right, and I would stop looking at the weekly for any kind of help, really, for any kind of trading help now. It's not going to help you. It'll help you with overall bias and direction overall. Okay, it'll help you with trend, and right now it's a downtrend on the weekly chart. There has been no change in structure of the RSI. You'll notice that the daily chart, however, there's been a change in the structure. In other words, we have this downward trend here, and we can draw that. You can draw this counter trend line on top of it, and then we've had a break of that structure. Okay. Okay, yeah. All right, Chemo's asking, how about 69K is wave 3 peak? And now we have completed a 3-wave A down. Yeah, that's a possibility as well. That's a count that I've shared many times. I'm actually leaning more towards this count, Chemo. I flip-flop back and forth. And so we're going to talk about what we're expecting to see here and how to trade that, guys. But for now, let me just limit the amount of ideas that I share and the amount of ideas you share on the macro, because to be honest with you, if we share too many ideas on the macro, what happens is we tend to get blind to how to trade on where we're trading in the time frame that we're trading. In other words, we miss what's really important right now. Okay, we miss the micro, and sometimes we do the opposite. We're so focused in on the micro count that we miss the macro understanding of what we should be doing as traders there. I don't find it super helpful to really focus in on all the divergent ways we could look at this so much. Here's what I find super helpful, and that is that this right here, I think we can conclude, is a 5-wave impulse move. I do not believe it's an ABC. I do not believe it's a WXY. I do not believe it's a corrective type wave all by itself anymore. I used to believe that once price was here, but now it's come down too low and too impulsively. I believe that this is an impulse wave. And so shh. So that's my cat wanting to get outside. So with that said, so that's really what's important, that this wave is an impulse wave. And if it's an impulse wave, then what can I expect next? Is that impulse wave finished? And if that impulse wave is finished, then what do we look for after that? How is this impulse wave acting within the grand scheme of these waves? Is it the C wave or is it the A wave, as Kimosabe said? Those are some ideas to consider, absolutely. And what would we look for in structure of a wave following this impulse wave? So that's where we need to go in understanding and in thinking about what we're looking at here. Okay, all right. Let's see here. All right, so I'm simply saying this is what I'm seeing. Okay, I see wave structure that says we're probably not done, though I'm willing to be cautious enough to say, hey, we could be done. And we'll talk about that once we get to the micro analysis. We haven't got to the micro analysis yet. But we could be done, but I don't think we're done. I think the hidden bullish divergence on the 8-hour and the 12-hour chart, the hidden bull that we see there is really, really important. Excuse me, not the hidden bull, but the hidden bear, the hidden bear that we see on the 8-hour and the 12-hour. Really important indicators letting us know we probably have another move to the downside. Also, the lack of the divergence that we expect to see on a 5-wave move between wave 3 and wave 5, we do not see on the daily chart. So because of those reasons, I'm more inclined to be a bear right now at this stage, and I do not think we're going to move up bullishly. Hey, there's 117 of you here. Glad to have you guys here. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the live stream. Glad you're here. Don't forget to hit those likes for me. I appreciate it. All right, so we're going to move on now in our logic and our mindset. We're just kind of working steady through this analysis of the market, just trying to understand what these things are saying to us all together. So I'm calling this a wave 4. And if it's a wave 4, all that's left to do is really to kind of zoom in on this wave. And let's do some work. Let's do some Elliott wave work on this wave 4 that we've just had. Okay? Sorry if I'm ignoring you in the chat. I'm doing my best to kind of keep an eye on the chat and answer quick questions as I see them or as the questions intrigue me. But that being said, I'm also ignoring you a little bit just to get some information out on the to you. Okay. All right. So hidden bear on the 12-hour and the 8-hour, big time hidden bear. Okay. We don't have the divergence we expect to see between the 3rd and the 5th on the daily, and we have a structure that looks incomplete. You put all that together, and we haven't reached the true support zone of price. So for those reasons, I'm more inclined to believe that we are going down for one more leg. We probably have a 5th wave to go. Okay, that's my conclusion now with caution. Okay, now with that said, let's now zoom into the 2-hour chart and let's look at this last wave right here. Just this wave. This is a supremely challenging wave, but I'm inclined to count it 2 ways. I've already shared it, but I'm going to share it again. We can either count this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then wave 5 is incomplete, that the wave 5 is done. Or, lately, I've been kind of bringing, I've got 1, 2, now I've been bringing my 3 down here, okay, because that's my lowest point on the RSI, and this is my 4th wave. And then we get a 5th there. So with that said, that's a possibility for a wave 4 right there. So either way, I'm seeing it as a possible wave 4. Now, what do we expect to see in a wave 4? Well, we expect to see 3 waves or a corrective structure. And in this case, we have a 3-wave structure. Okay, we have that 3-wave structure on so many different charts. If we look at XRP, for instance, finally, XRP is doing what it needs to do to finish. I was looking at XRP thinking, man, it needs to go. Now it's actually looking quite good. I need one more wave. I need a 4th wave and a 5th wave. Guys, this is almost done. I got a 1, 2, 3. I need a 4th flag, a 5th up, and then down we go. So that's what I'm looking for XRP right there. Looking good. Looking really good. So you can see this 3-wave structure on XRP, and it began with a flat right here. It's a 3-wave move, then a zigzag 3-wave move right here, and now we have another zigzag 5, 3, and then we have another 5-wave move. That's fairly extended, but we're still in the range of what we expect to see in a corrective wave. Okay, boom. It's gotten overextended a little bit at the 1618, but that's okay. That's really okay. And it's looking pretty good. Now, if for some reason this is actually impulse off the bottom, okay, and a pullback in the continuation, I'll show you in a minute what we would expect to see if this is not a correction, but it's an impulse to the upside that is reversing. Okay, if I zoom out, you'll see very clearly. If I get my fibs out of the way, you'll see very clearly. We've got a really, really nice count for XRP here. We got a 3-wave move down. Okay, we got a 5-wave move off the bottom. That's beautiful. And now I've got a 3-wave pullback that has not broken this low. Now I'm wondering if we're going to break it or not, because that would change the way I look at this wave. I'd look at this as a flat instead of an impulse. But we might simply just come down, break the low very slightly, and then go on up from there. But you can see how basically right here, this 5th wave that I have could be done. It could be done. This could be reversal, or this could be part of a 4th wave move. Okay, so that kind of looks like 5 finished waves there. So I want to be honest with you that this could be a reversal here. But right now it's looking like 3 waves. But I'm willing to at least say, hey, listen, I may be wrong on that. Again, the 8-hour chart showing hidden bearish divergence right now on the 8-hour and the 6-hour. It's looking kind of cooked as a 3-wave move. I'm kind of looking for another hit to the low before we go up. Okay, so when I look at that, I'm looking at 3 waves. I look at Ethereum. Let's see if I can find. I thought I had it already set up for you guys, but I don't. Let me get on the 8-hour chart here. There we go. On the 8-hour chart, I've got basically my count for Ethereum is I've got a 3-wave move A, 3-wave move B, and now I have a 5-wave move C, a 3-3-5. There's some reasons I don't like that. This didn't come up high enough to be a flat, but I'm still counting it that way. I may be wrong on that. This may be a WXY. This may have to be a WXY. And this could be a reversal wave, okay? So W, X, and then Y. We've hit the zone we expect it to hit, and now this could be reversing. Obviously, that again, I'm being cautious and saying, hey, but right now we've got 3 waves. I've got this counted as 3 waves, but this simply could be the beginning of a much bigger impulse wave to the upside. So I'm well aware, guys, that this could be more than just an 3-wave move. And in a minute, I'm going to show you what to look for, how to differentiate between an impulse wave and a 3-wave move. Right here, you'll notice now we've got an A wave, a B wave, and now a C wave right here. Okay, A, B, C. I'm looking at this as about finished, almost done. I don't like the wave delineation of this. I can't stand it, to be honest with you. But this was looking like a 4th wave with a 5th wave spike to the high. The fact that we got such a deep pullback was a little odd to me, but it kind of makes me think we might even be going up higher. we're going up higher here shortly. The pumping price for sure. I see a lot of you talking here, and I apologize, guys. But anyway, we're watching to see if this is going to turn into an impulse or if it's three waves. You know, I kind of go back and forth on it right now. It's really like in limbo. That's why the title is dump or pump, guys, because the wave structure, you know, I look at it, I turn my head one way. I'm like, yeah, that's three waves. This is looking corrective. We're probably coming back down. Look at the hidden bearish divergence. I don't have what I need to see there, but yet I'm looking at XRP and Ethereum, and I'm like, man, the wave structure, I'm not a huge fan of, but you know, nevertheless, they still kind of look three wave-ish right now. So yeah, still looking three wave-ish as an ABC. I'm looking for this 5-wave move to finish. Actually, the B wave. Oh, I know what I did to that. That's why. Boom, right there. I actually made my B wave right here for XRP. It was kind of a running flat right here as the B wave. So A, B, and then now C. I need this thing to spike to the high and finish. Finish up here somewhere. Get up here to the 1-to-1, 127 in this range. I want to see this. I'd like to see a spike to the high. All right. Bitcoin. Let's zoom in and look at the micro here, okay? Okay. Now, the way I'm looking at this structure here, is we ended something right here. Okay, this is not a flat. I love the line chart. It really just simplifies everything for you. Okay. We're going to put the A wave right here, okay, at the top of this. And I'm looking at this as a 3-wave flat. And then I got a 3-wave and then a 5-wave. So I'm looking at this as a 3-3-5 B wave that ends right here. Okay, so we have a flat right there as a B, and now I need my C wave to finish. Now C needs 5 waves. Okay, so we're going to call this A, B, C right in there, and that's the delineation of the B wave. Now I need 5 waves in C. So let's zoom in on the 5-minute chart, and let's look at the 5 waves that we're seeing here. I'm going to start right here, and we're just going to be real simple about it here. We got 1, 2, okay. This is 3. Now, we had a really complex 4 today. And I made a video on that yesterday, and of course this morning. And then now we're in the 5th wave. Really trashy movement up here in the 5th wave. I mean, really trashy. What I'm looking at here could be a 1, 2, and then a 1, 2, and we could be going up much higher here in a C wave if that's a 1, 2, 1, 2 for the end here. I don't think it's a diagonal of any sort. I'm looking at this as a 1, 2, 3 is going to come up here, 4 and 5. If I zoom back out just a little bit and pull the fibs on the whole structure to get where's price coming. Okay, if I pull it with the candlestick chart, changes things slightly. It gets us up here to 42 to 43 K up in this region, but this order block right here is pretty powerful for this 4th wave. So up in this range, right in here. And then I'm looking to see probably a reversal off of this area. Now, if it reverses, and if this is indeed just 3 waves, a big ABC, what would we expect to see? Well, we expect to see some kind of an impulse off the top, similar to this right here. Okay, we'd be looking for an impulse off the top. Okay, then it would probably consolidate and do some wacky stuff. Okay, 3-wave move. Okay, similar to this right here, before we get the down move. So in other words, we'll have an initial move off the bottom, and then we'll get a corrective move, 3 waves. That'll take time and days. It may happen all week. It may take all week to play out, that corrective move right there, before finally we have a final dump down to the downside, very big and deep, coming up, taking out the lows, coming to hit 30K, 28K, even guys wicking down to 25K. Okay, so that's what you would expect to see if this is a three wave move here. Okay, and that's looking fairly plausible. The only thing I don't like here is the most recent price action. Okay, the most recent price action. I was expecting this wave right here to be a 1, 2, and then we started getting the third wave. We should have pulled back a little bit and then continued on, but we came back very deep here, and I don't understand why, except the market makers or some algos or something were trying to sell off there, but the bulls didn't hit their target yet. So the target prices weren't hit yet, and so they've come back in. But there's been a lot of pumping and then dumping, pumping and then dumping. It almost feels like a distribution range for sure, or a building of a short position here. That's what it feels like. But it's definitely four wave-ish, or the fourth wave territory. Okay. So that being said, once this wave finishes tonight, guys, my primary count says we're probably going to come down, and we're probably going to break the lows. It's not going to happen overnight. It's not going to dump immediately. It's just going to begin, and you're going to get an initial impulse off the top that comes down, and then you're going to get a three-way pullback back to the upside. Okay? I would not think that, Kimosabi, what you just said, brother. I mean, yes, I get, or this is just too big to be an A wave of a larger fourth wave. It's too large, in my opinion. But what do I know? You might be right about that. It just, my pushback would be, we're a little out of proportion for that. But yeah, you might be right. You might be right. And this might get more complex. We come back down for a B wave, and then we get a C wave. But that would imply higher highs, and yeah, I'm not sure that we're gonna do that. But yeah, see what you're saying, but I'm not inclined to it, I guess. But I'm with you as far as the idea is concerned to consider. All right, you guys are giving a lot of requests here. I'm gonna ignore the requests, guys, just so I can get the information out. I do want to, if you have any questions about what I've just shared with you, understanding the analysis that I presented to you, feel free to ask those kinds of questions right now. Did I hit 10K? Well, great. Awesome. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Yeah, Truth Seeker, I'm not going to take any requests right now, buddy. But I will get back to you if you just hang in there. But I'll take plenty of questions right now. If so, yeah, I see that you want VeChain, and it's noted. Just hang in there right now. I'll get to it. Now, if you're part of the Discord, you can request any chart anytime, and I get those up as I can within a day or so of the request. So if you guys want to be part of the Discord, guys, you always have access to that anytime you want. Anytime you need eyes on a chart, you've got access to that. Okay? All right. My pleasure, Truth Seeker. My pleasure. So would you be looking for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up after it comes down? Yeah. So after it comes down and breaks the low, okay. So if we come down to 30K range, okay, if we come back down to that 30K range, we would expect an impulse wave to begin on the smaller time frames off of that. More than likely, it's going to impulse off of that to start. So it should be 5 waves. Now, whether it's 5 waves on the macro or 3 waves on the macro, I can't say. It could be either. And so we can talk about those ideas. But we would have a directional bias of up. Okay, and it would take a lot of time to develop, okay? And I don't know that you'd know the difference between a 5 or a 3 wave off the bottom over time until it begins developing on the macro, okay? Why do you think there will be a three waves correction after the C wave? Okay, what time frame are you asking about, Adela? Buta. I'm not picking on your name. I'm just trying to get it right. What time frame are you talking about? What C wave are you referring to? DK, I'm probably inclined with you. I'm looking for that dump as well. Once this 5th wave move is finished, I think you're right. Well, the benefit of seeing the market through an Elliott Wave perspective is you can really see, for instance, you can really see the shape of this impulse wave is beautiful. This is a classic 5 wave move that's about complete. It's almost complete. It's a 5 wave impulse, okay? It gives you everything we expect to see in a 5 wave impulse, and it looks like it's in the position of the C wave. So it really gives us a bias for a downside move that it looks like it's about finished. And it looks like we're about ready to go down after this ABC move. Now, let's talk about that. Well, what Chemo was offering is that this can become complex. Okay, in other words, after this C wave, we could get another C wave and then another C wave like this. This could become a big complex 4th wave. That takes a lot more time. It gets a lot bigger, and then it comes down. That's the quick answer to what you're asking. Yeah, what you have to know, Mr. York, there is that the market moves a lot slower than you anticipate. You got to realize that it takes time and it moves over time through the standard markets of like CME and the futures and whatnot. And so it really takes into account standard banking procedures and banking hours and things of that nature. That weekends are often just all about trapping, taking time and trapping traders. So I would encourage you guys not to be trading on the weekends unless you really know what you're doing. And even for us that know what we're doing, it can prove to be quite difficult. We got this weekend correct and the bias is correct, but it got very difficult as this thing was moving. So I am in the U.S. By the way. I'm in Maryville, Missouri. I live in misery. Yeah, I use Bybit. Don't tell Bybit. You can use Prime XBT. You can use FTX, Binance. Okay, so let's now talk about the implications for up, pump, or dump here, okay? And if you're still with me, great. Glad you're still here. Let's see, did I hit 10,000, guys? I think some of y'all said I did hit 10,000. Let's see here. Boom, 10,005. 10,005 subscribers. Woo-hoo! I hit 10,000 earlier today, and then I regressed and lost a couple of people, and probably bots or you know, and my family's really loud back there, so. All right. Okay. Where was I? Okay, let's talk about the implications of if it goes up, what will it look like, and if it goes down, what will it look like, okay? Now, if it goes up bullishly from here, okay, there's a high likelihood that what this does, it will correct, but it will correct bullishly like Bitcoin often does. Okay, so if we go up from here, here's what I would expect to see on the chart. Okay, I'd expect to see kind of a quick move down back to the bottom of this region here, taking out this liquidity down here. All right, I would expect to see a quick move down to take out that liquidity right down here. Probably not much further than that. Okay, then what I would expect to see following that is it to begin to oscillate and move up slowly and carefully in 3 waves. Okay, something like this to break the high. So it'll actually go up. It will never revisit this price again. It will trap anybody going short from there. Will get trapped here in this range. Okay, all right, and then it will break the high in 3 waves. It will spike the low one more time. That'll be your only chance to get out if you're shorting. But it won't go down as low as this most likely. And that's what we call a running correction or running flat, okay? And more than likely, that's the way Bitcoin will move. And then it will begin pumping again for the next wave to the upside. Okay, that's the way Bitcoin likes to move. That's the way Bitcoin does its corrections. It might not be quite as big as I've drawn it right there or whatever, but that's the way. That's what I would expect to see in this range. Some kind of a movement like that, where if price is going to pump, it's going to get up to here. Okay, get up to this range, find resistance, bounce down as if you're shorting it, and then work its way up, breaking the high in 3 waves. It'll break this high in 3 waves. Take that liquidity, bounce down really fast, and then go on up to the upside. Okay? That's what I would expect to see if Bitcoin is bullish. Okay? And that's what you want to look for. So, you know, you can short that. You can, but it's going to be a temporary short. Now, what if it's bearish? Okay? Well, that means this ABC is finished. Okay? And that means we're going to begin with a 5-wave move to the downside that's going to come and break the low and get down here to 30K, 28K, something like that. Okay? Let me see what Bitcoin's doing here on the 1-minute time frame. Okay, here's a little trick for you. Whenever I see on the 1 minute that price is coming down pretty quickly, right? But I look at the RSI and it's getting fairly oversold, but it's not even anywhere near. Here, there's a good chance this is going to go up and make another high again. This is hidden bullish divergence on the 1 minute chart. It is what it is. It just lets me know on the 1 minute chart I can expect another wave to the upside, more than likely. So that's high probability. We'll see if that happens or not. Okay. All right. So with that said, let's go back to what time frame was I on? There we go, on the hourly. All right. So if excuse me, if we are bearish, okay, if we're bearish, I'm going to expect price to impulse to the downside, much like it will if we're bullish. It'll give us an initial wave to the downside that will most likely take out these lows and then find it come back up in 3 waves. Okay, what you're going to want to then do is take the short from there after that 3-wave move. Hopefully, it will not break this high. If it breaks that high in 3 waves, that's no good. Okay, if it breaks that high in 3 waves, that's no good at all. But if it comes back in 3 waves and does not break that high, that's good for a short, potentially for another impulse to the downside. And at some point, you gotta have to take a chance, right? You have to have some low risk trade where you jump in and you give it a go and you set a stop loss. if you're wrong. You're gonna have to see what the overall market's telling you. Are we going down or up? And you're gonna have to take a chance whether it goes down or up from this range. And guys, they're gonna be tricky. They're gonna try to make you think it's going up in this range. There's gonna be a lot of shenanigans up in this range. Okay, whether it goes up or down, there's gonna be shenanigans there. So anyway, if it goes down, we're looking for a three-wave pullback of some kind, and then a continuation to the downside impulsively. We should come down and break out of this zone, break these levels here, and then we'll bounce along the way. Okay, we'll come down, retest this bottom right here, bounce for a bit, come down and hit it one more time, and that'll be the fifth wave, and we'll have 5 waves to the downside. That'll be it. That'll be it. More than likely, that'll be the last hurrah. And this is the area you want to be buying. You want to be a buyer down here for a big bounce to the upside. More than likely. At least an idea there. Okay? Thanks for that, Ryan. We'll see if that happens. All right, guys. So that's kind of what I'm looking for, guys. There's the analysis. I've gone over the RSI analysis. I've gone over BTC. I've actually looked at XRP and Ethereum. Let's take a peek at a couple other charts just to see. Shiba was a really nice chart as far as the type of correction. Thanks, Johnny English. I appreciate that, buddy. Thank you. Let's look at Shiba for a minute. Let's go into the 30-minute chart here. I'll show you. Shiba looking like a triangle here in the middle, maybe. So we've got an A wave followed by a triangle B, and then looks like we're getting an impulse off of that. Shiba's looking like it's making a 3-wave move up here to the 1618, and it's about finished. Looks to be about done. The question is it done? Let's look a little closer here. Ending diagonal, maybe. Looks like this has a chance to be a 4th wave, and then we get a 5th. There's a chance this could spike to the high and be finished. But that's not a bad 3-wave shape here. So I don't mind that a bit. That looks pretty decent there. This could turn into maybe a 4th wave with a spike to the high, 5th wave as well. There's any number of things that could happen tonight, but looks like we're reaching a top here in Shiba. We're also getting divergence, which we expect to see here between the 3rd and the 5th wave. So maybe it's about finished. Excuse me. So Shiba was looking good. Let's look at DXY, guys. Let's look at the DXY, guys. The DXY made a beautiful 5-wave move to the downside. Okay, that is significant, guys. Let me say that again. That is super significant that we actually spiked to the high. All right, we had a 3-wave move down. We spiked to the high, and then we made an impulse off the high. That tells me something, guys. That tells me something very significant when we look at the DXY. It tells me that the DXY is about finished, okay? In other words, the DXY, I think, has finished its bull move. That the DXY is done. It's made a 3-wave move that we can count in ABC. We've got an A wave, a B wave, and a C wave, and it's finished. We have divergence between the 3rd and the 5th wave here of the C. And you can see that on the 12-hour. You can see that on the daily chart. And so that's significant. And then we got an impulse wave off the top. And so that's a big deal, guys. And so what do we expect then after that impulse wave? Well, we expect the DXY to make a rally back to the upside. So the DXY over the next several weeks is probably going to be rallying correctively, though. It's going to be rallying correctively. I don't anticipate a higher high being made in the DXY. This is actually I believe the DXY is finished. It's done. It's reached its. I thought it was going to get up to about 98. It didn't quite make my target, but it doesn't matter. But I think it's about finished. I'm looking for a 3-wave move back with a reversal and a big dump to come. What does that mean for the markets? Well, over the next several days and weeks here, if we're getting a 3-wave move back to the upside, now I don't know how big that's going to be. It could be a lot smaller than that right there. But if we get a 3-wave move back, that's going to mean probably dumping for those traditional markets more than likely, and maybe even Bitcoin as well. That's going to be, this is going to be the last hurrah for the DXY, and so this is going to produce probably the final leg, the final move to the downside for the traditional for Bitcoin at least, and maybe even SPX. But then after that, I see the DXY dumping. Okay, that may also bring on some dumping in the regular indices as well. What I see as a possibility here is whenever this correction to the upside finishes, it may take a month to play that out. Okay, but whenever it finishes, what could happen? Now again, I find it interesting in the Elliott wave because this is 5 waves. But we're expecting the Fed to raise rates. We're expecting the Fed to raise interest rates. Would mean that would be bullish for the DXY. So I'm going to be interested to see how that plays out. Right? I'm going to be interested to see that for sure. Now, what this may mean is that we simply get a 3-wave move. This is a 5-wave move to the downside. That's beginning a 3-wave move that then goes up again. Right? That's possible. But nevertheless, I'm expecting this. Okay. All right, and so once the dollar starts tanking, it could, and the indices and SPX and Nasdaq, whatever Dow, they may drop with the dollar in an unprecedented way. Why? Because the dollar's tanking, the markets are tanking, and people are looking for somewhere to store their value. Where we'll see the gold and silver charts begin to finally rise, and then we also see maybe crypto start to shoot up, and that's where we get a parabolic rise in crypto, because maybe the Fed says something, maybe the world banks and the governments make a public shift somehow in the next several months, and they say, hey, we are going digital, and this is the date and the time, and there's some news event that comes out that's unexpected, that just, man, it kills the dollar, kills traditional markets, and then people, as the dollar's dumping, they're taking their money out and putting it into crypto. And then you have a parabolic rise in crypto. Now, I'm not a moon boy, guys. I'm not. But I can see that as a plausible explanation for how this crypto market may get to 100K this year or next year. Okay? You just start putting 2 and 2 together there. But I'm looking at the DXY here as one final little pump to the upside, one final bullish move. And then I'm looking for a dump here, guys. I'm looking for a downward move in the DXY. Okay? Now, looking at the Nasdaq and the SPX, which is interesting as well. The Nasdaq in particular, I'm actually looking for a pump for the Nasdaq. I want to see the 5th wave happen. I want to see one more hit to the high. This last wave, I want to see 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I need to see a 5th wave to the upside. So I think we're in the middle of this 5th wave to the upside right now. So I think the Nasdaq is gonna pump on us, make a higher high, give us one more hit to the upside. I think let's look at the SPX real fast. I think very similarly. In fact, we're getting that pump in the SPX as well. You can see the hidden bullish divergence all over this chart. I'm looking at this as like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then get the 5th wave up, get up to 5,000 or higher. One more spike to the high. Last hurrah. Once, again, it's the final countdown. The final move for the traditional markets. And Bitcoin might rally with SPX and the Nasdaq as well. So we might be in that process right now, even of beginning that rally to the upside. So I'm a little bit wary of a short right now. I'm thinking about going short, but I'm gonna really watch this wave structure, because I think there's a lot of faking out going on right now, and we may be actually more bullish than I even give it credit for. But I do see those bearish signs, and I've got to be true to what I see on the chart and try to stay as neutral as possible. Okay. However, I see a question in there about a long-term bear market. I was of that opinion a while back. However, once this wave structure developed to the downside, it has come down. It has come down quite bullishly. In fact, this bear move that we've gotten in Bitcoin is actually quite bullish for me. So I'm actually shifting a bit more bullish than I ordinarily am. All the NQ1 I used to, it's about the same, and they both have the 4-wave chart. But I'll show you the NQ1 as well if you want to see it. I don't see it. Yeah, I'm not seeing. Anyway, regardless, they from this point right here, or even from this point right here, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, or this right here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This looks like a 4th wave to me. It got hidden bullish divergence on this chart. There's a good chance this actually makes a new high. Definitely a little bit of a different look for sure, but I got all that hidden bullish divergence there and this beautiful little 3-wave structure that came down. Now it could come down and keep coming down, but I'm wondering if we're going to get one more hit to the high. It's just a thought there. So again, just thoughts, guys. I don't have any answers. I don't know what the market's going to do. I can only look at wave structure and say, hey, this is what it's looking like for me. All right. With that said, I tell you what I'll do. I'm going to very quickly take a couple of chart requests. Okay. So there's Gary George. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Take a couple of chart requests. Go ahead. Feel free. Throw out a couple of them. I'll do as many of them as I can. I'm going to do them very quickly. And then super chats always get preferences. So if you super chat along with your request, then obviously you will be an MVP, and I'll spend more time on your chart. Okay. But keep in mind, guys, all the TA is going to be about the same. Is it going up? Is it going down? Basically, we're at this turning point where there's this 4th wave, and we're looking for this thing to go. Okay. I already looked at Shiba there. If you missed it.
What are you on? I'm getting on YouTube. I know. I'll just go get some headphones. Oh, I know. I want to listen to my music.
Okay. Earlier, what was it that Truth Seeker asked for? What was that chart? Trying to think. V-Chain. All right, V-Chain. Yeah, let me see. It's making that little 4th wave move right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This looks like the fourth of the fifth. So I'm kind of looking at this as a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. Yeah, that it's the same. It's the same thing that we're looking at. Is this a reversal here, or is this just a fourth wave? It looks like it's coming down. On the 12-hour, there's hidden bearish divergence here on the 12-hour, and on the 8-hour, I've got a three-wave shape here that all of them have on VeChain. So, so it's it's looking like we got a three-wave move here. It's about finished. So now, if it continues going up, great. But right now, I'm looking at this as three waves. It's about finished. Looks like there might be some more high to come here for this. Let's pull the fibs and see what VeChain's got. Yeah, VeChain could get up to 65 tonight if it keeps pumping. 65 cents, but I wouldn't look for it much more. 65 or 70 cents, but it may not even get up there that high, but it totally could. It just depends on what the structure is. If this is a reversal off the bottom of 1, 2, or if this is an ABC. Okay, that's the big question. TLRY stock. Let's look at it. TLRY on the Nasdaq. Oh, man. I think I told you to look at the 12-hour, didn't I? No, the daily. The 3-day. Man. I don't know, man. It's not looking, I don't see any real break of structure yet. You have the beginnings of something here, but chances are this might just simply be some kind of something that gets one more low. Hard to tell there, buddy.
You can say, I want my queen back, and then swap them out.
I hope it turns around for you soon. Yeah, there's just no divergence there. It's oversold, but there's not much further it can go. So is this stock gonna die for you or what? I can't tell you.
I'm thinking. There might be a way to get out of it. Shut your
Yeah, that's a tough one. TLROI is a tough one, Ryan. I'm sorry, buddy. I hope it turns around right here for you, but it's hard to tell. Just draw this trend line. Draw that trend line. Wait to see a break of it, right? A break of that trend line down here. That's going to be a good signal for you if it's turning. But man, there's nothing here. Nothing here telling me anything. Yeah, just wait for that break to the upside, man. Let's see if we get it. Okay. Excuse me.
Now, I'm actually just happy that I beat a really good player at chess. Shoot. I have a picture of
Chemo, give me a list, buddy, if you got it. Hey, Seth, what's up, buddy?
Hey, Mama. She knows.
All right. Matic and Dent. Let's look at Matic here. Let me go to my ADA chart. There's ADA right there. Okay, let's look at Matic. It's got a little citrus flavor to it.
Yeah, it looked good. I just didn't want it if it was like
Yeah, it's like Sprite with a little citrusy flavor to it. Yeah. So Matic looks like there's a three-wave move here, right? And so what's going on right down here? Is this like a wave forward? We've broken out on the daily chart. We've broken the structure here. We just don't have any divergence to speak of this particular wave on this chart. Do we have it? Nope. Nope. No real divergence there. So the question is this a wave 4 or is this a 1-2 where we're getting ready to go up? So that's the big question. Matic looks super bullish. Here's a bullish look. 1, 2, and then we're in the middle of wave 3 right here. That this is going to start moving. There's lots of room in the RSI on the 12-hour. On the daily chart, there's plenty of room to go on up, right? I just don't have divergence. So that's the big question. That's the same question as the rest of the market. Is this a wave 4? Okay, that's going to then go down and give us one more low, or is this done and we've got a reversal here and we're going up? So I wouldn't be surprised to see Matic going up. That looks like 3 waves, but again, what's at stake is one more hit to the low. One more hit to the low. Is that one more hit to the low coming, or is it done? Is it going to keep on pumping? So this is looking very good. It's at a crossroads right now. It's looking very good to the upside. It's strong potential. This could be a 3-wave. Oh, come on. This Matic could be a 3-wave move to the upside, and now it's getting ready to make a higher high here. So that's a strong potential. Or it could come down here, retest this low even, and then go on up after that. But either way, I see a move to the upside coming in the future of Matic once this wave finishes. I'm looking for that move to the upside, okay? All right, let's look at ADA. ADA has been a thorn in my side, making me so mad, and the way this wave structure has just been miserable. Just look how big and drawn out this is. How big and drawn out it is. Okay, it's given us the sense of this kind of bottom right here, where it comes up and then comes and makes a lower low. We're getting that kind of sense right here, where it comes up and wants to come down and make one more low. I would not be surprised to see this make one more low. But that's the question of the market. We have hidden bearish divergence on the chart here on ADA. Again, that's the question of the market. Is this a 4th wave? It doesn't look impulsive. Right now, it doesn't appear to be an impulse wave. And so, this might be just a 3-wave move that is now getting ready to come down one more time, hit the low one more time, and then find its way back to the upside once Bitcoin decides it wants to go. So, guys, that's going to be the same. It's going to be the same thing for the entire market. Are we going to get one more low, or is this the reversal? Time is going to tell.
If you don't like the smell, I won't light it. I don't know. Dang it. Samuel, come on. You gonna play or not?
Okay, I did ADA, I did Matic. Let's do AVAX here.
Okay, don't mess with my candle. It smells
That didn't play out, did it?
What is it? Pumpkin spice. Doctor Doolittle? Yeah. Have you seen the movie? No, why?
Okay, looking at this. It looks like a fourth wave to me. It's got a little, excuse me, got a little bit more upside to go, then one more down, one more hit down.
Yeah, I know that. By the way, they're doing Dr. Doolittle for.
One more hit down.
What did you just say about Robert Downey Jr. and Dr. Doolittle? That is not. So he's in it. Robert Downey Jr. electrified one of literally. Let me just tell you, this Doolittle, this is a remake of an old movie. Dr. Doolittle. Yeah, Dr. Doolittle is Eddie Murphy. Exactly. I know, but Robert Downey Jr. So I heard that he's really bad in it, and he can't do a very good job.
So that didn't look too bad there. One more high, and then down we go.
I mean, in Iron Man.
So that's AVAX. Let's look up Dent here.
What? He is Iron Man. Yeah. No, in this movie, apparently he has a British accent, and it's not good. What do you mean in Iron Man he speaks fluent English? I don't think he's better at English.
Impulse, 3 waves.
Well, he's better at the normal accent that we speak. Not like this. American accent. Not like this. Their accents. It's still English.
One more hit. See, this looks so much like a wave 4, guys. It looks so much like a wave 4 that we need one more hit down. Again, every one of these is going to be the same. Every one of these is going to be the same. Is this wave 4 or is this reversal? Is this going to keep rocking up? Or is this going to be reversal? We get one more hit to the low. It looks so much like a wave 4 right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boom, boom, boom. Then we go up. One more hit. One more hit. One more hit. Got hidden bearish divergence here. That's Dent.
I just want to watch this movie. It's okay if you want to watch it because Robert Downey Jr. is in it. Like, that's fine.
What's AG? What is that? What's AG? Is AG a stock or is that a crypto?
Not because of the actor. Alright, let's fly. Samuel. I'm watching this.
I'll look at Neo in just a minute there, buddy.
Is it on Disney Plus?
What?
Is it on Disney Plus?
Nope. It's only $4 to rent it.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot to rent. And it's $15 to buy. But here's Dr.
I don't know what AG is, guys. Sorry. So if you requested it, make sure you let me know. All right, QSP. We'll look at that. Ain't nothing there. There's no chart there I can read, bud. QSP is just going to follow what the rest of crypto's doing. There's nothing here to read, nothing in the RSI. There's just nothing here. There's not enough life in this chart here. Sorry, I can't read you QSP. All right. There's Binance. The Binance chart has more to offer. Yeah, look at that flat. See how beautiful this flat is? That looks gorgeous. We got 3 waves, 3 waves. Yeah, QSP looks done. Watch out for a pullback and then a continuation down. But that looks like a flat all day. And down is the direction for QSP.
I went.
That's the way I'm looking at that one. Get Dent. I mean, not Dent, but Neo for my man. Let me get back to BTC here. There we go. Excuse me. Go back to my ADA chart. So AG Silver. Okay. All right, here's AG. I'll get to Neo here. Sorry, man.
We know.
That's a tough chart. Tough chart. Three. On the 2-day chart, this looks like a flat. That it needs to come down here. But I would like it not to break this level down here. And to see it go on up. So it looks like it's going to trend to the downside. AG is. If that's a flat. Now, it's a big if, but it resembles a flat, doesn't it? If it's bullish, you need to see it break to the upside forthwith. I do not want to see, if it's bullish, I do not want to see this low broken. But I would guess it's a flat. And then it'll go up. So, but if it breaks up here soon, then that's great. It's going to go up and make new highs, all-time highs. And that becomes a 1-2, 1-2. That's huge. Sorry, I'm going fast, guys, but I'm tired. Neo. Guys, I'm pretty much done with all the requests. I'm exhausted this time. I need to go hang out with the kiddos. So anyway, if I didn't get to yours, if you super chat me, I'll do it. Otherwise, I am done after these couple here. ABC. Yeah, that's a good question right down here, buddy. But right here, this looks like looks like wave 4 right now. So I imagine this is gonna kind of go sideways, hit the low one more time, and then go up. That's the way I'm looking at this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then up. Let's see if Neo plays around here for a bit and then goes down one more time. All right, I'll do Luna and QNT, and we're going to call it.
But that was your undo. It's your turn.
Yeah, there's nothing here as far as Elliot's concerned. Yeah, this looks. See this 3 waves right there? It looks like it looks like that, right? It looks like a 3-way. This looks like a 3-wave move. All of it does, okay? So the question is this 3 waves and we're going to get another low, or is this just the beginning of a bigger impulse to the upside? That's the question here. On all of these charts, that is the question. And we're at a place where we won't know until it makes a break to the upside higher or it breaks to the downside lower. So this is the key. So watch it. If it breaks to the upside substantially, breaks these levels up here, then we're bullish. We're going to go up, up, up. We're going to pull back and continue. Okay? So we'll be bullish on the market there. But if this is three waves, we're going to look for this to come back down again and create lower lows. If it's bearish. Okay? I don't know what Curve Deo is. So if you could give me the chart name, I'll look it up because I remember seeing that up there. But I don't know what that is. Definitely need more cowbell on that one. All right. Let's see. I got H bar. Let's get Luna real fast. So I got ABC, ABC. What is that? So we got three waves off the bottom here. What is that? Is that five waves? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? Or is this 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5? That's the question. Again, that is the question. Is this going to impulse up to the upside, or is this three waves here that's going to reverse down to the downside? Guys, it could go either way right now. It could go either way. I'm kind of biased to the... I don't know. I look at some of these charts and I'm like, kind of biased to the upside on these. Kind of biased to the upside on some of these. Especially the way Bitcoin's pumping tonight. It's pumping past some of these support regions and it's giving these fake outs to the downside. I'm starting to get a little bit more bullish than I am bearish, actually. I don't know. I'm flip-flopping. It's a tough little area, but I don't want to get too bullish up here because this is an area of resistance. We should probably see a pretty good hit to the low coming. This is looking about finished as well. I got divergence here on the 5-minute. Divergence, divergence. I've hit my 1414 fib here. Let's look at H bar real quick for my buddy. I don't know where my H bar is. Hidden bear divergence on H bar, 12 hour. But this looks reversal-ish. This doesn't look fourth wave-ish. It looks reversal-ish. Looks like it's making a flat. H bar looks bullish, my man. In fact, H bar looks really bullish. Three, 5. Just to there, though. But that's a big move. 12-hour chart. Now, the only thing that, again, if you get a break of structure down to the downside, forget what I just said, right? But man, that looks fairly bullish there, doesn't it? It looks plausible right there. Boom, boom, boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. Unless this is a expanding diagonal, then that's bearish right there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you get a fifth wave down. Take your pick, man. Bullish or bearish. Take your pick, my brother. Yeah, didn't I just look at Luna? I just looked at Luna. The question is this an ABC right here? Boom, boom, boom. That's going to come down. One more wave. Yes, strong possibility. Support right here, or is this the beginning of an impulse wave to the upside? There's no way to know right now. Five, 3. This is looking bullish for now. I mean, it looks 3 wave-ish for now, right now. But it could totally get bullish right now. It could just start popping. This could be a 1, 2, 1, 2 to the upside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Luna could pop off. Or this is 3 waves and we're getting ready to hit the high one more time. Hit the high one more time and then down we go. So if it's an A, B, C, you'll get that and then down. If it's impulsive, you'll get 1, 2, 1, 2. Maybe it does. Maybe it goes down a little bit first and then up. So this is really in limbo. This wave is really. There's hidden bullish divergence on this chart though, on the 1 hour with a break of structure to the upside. I mean that's look. It's definitely it's going up. This wave is going up. It would seem. All right, guys. Well, guys, I'm spent for the night. I hope this analysis is. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that's helped you in some way. Looking at wave structure, I know I went very fast at the end during the request, but that's the way I do things at the end because I get tired after about 2 hours of charting. I've been charting all day, so anyway, I need some rest. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great night. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Thanks for subscribing, guys. You're one of the 10,000 people that have subscribed to the channel. That's kind of cool and humbling, and just know that I take it seriously. I'm not here to moonboy you. I'm not here to spam you or anything like that. I'm just here to share what I know, and if it helps you, great. I want to protect you from the evils of this market and just show you how I look at the market from through an Elliott wave lens. Sometimes we know very well, but sometimes we're in these limbo areas where where we're not sure at this moment, but if we get enough information coming in, we will be sure sooner than later. So with that said, that's kind of where we are. You guys have a great night. Thanks again. Trump versus the Fed, XRP, 5 minute. All right.
I was trying to get my queen back, and you saw this. Does it have to be a
Yeah, I mean, it's looking about finished. 1, 2. I wouldn't be surprised to see this flag out a little bit and one more hit, or it's done now. We've got divergence here, but it might flag out a bit and create some larger divergence and get another high. But this wave structure is about finished. It's looking good. But I wouldn't be surprised to see some more upside here on the 5-minute. All right, with that said, we'll see you guys later. Thanks so much again. I'll see you tomorrow with the video sometime tomorrow, if the market allows. If not, come be part of the Discord. You get 2 daily live streams every day, plus an awesome training course on how to trade, not just Elliott wave theory, but how to trade full psychology and risk management strategies as well. All right, guys. You guys have a fantastic night. Hey, appreciate it, Seth. I love you, buddy. Thanks for that confidence boost there. And curved Deo. Jack Frost, did you ever explain it? What is curved? CRV. Okay. Against USDT on Binance, that's what I'm going to do. First off, this is a crap coin that has no history. There's really no Elliott wave waving it necessarily. Is this a wave 4 with one more hit to the low? Highly likely. Or is it leading diagonal here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Almost done. 3-wave pullback and then a continuation to the upside. It's potential. Yeah, we might be in a wave like this right here. Get a down move, and then it starts working its way up. So yeah, this may be a 3-wave move that's finished, or a 3-wave move right there that's finished, or like the rest of the market, we're at this little stage. What is this wave? Is that a wave 4, and I get a wave 5 down first, and then we go up? Yeah, maybe this could be a 4th wave right there. And then we get one more wave down for a 5th wave. Or this is the beginning of the wave to the upside. That's the question on all these charts. Every chart, same thing. Same thing. Every chart, that's the question mark. And we won't know until the structure gets formed. And we have to watch and see. All right, guys. Y'all have a good one. See you later, Jack Frost. See you later, guys. Bye-bye.